I'm coming under order 42 and 52. With your kind permission, can I read?
You may read.
And the President of the Senate shall refuse to allow the claim unless he is satisfied that the matter is defined, definite, and urgent. I go to 52. Notice shall not be dispensed with in the case of a motion or in respect of any other proceeding for which notice is required, except with the consent of the President of the Senate and the general assent of the senators present. The motion I'm bringing is on national issue, national emergency, especially because of the abduction of students and teachers of Government Science School, Kagara.
Give us the synopsis, please.
It's on the abduction of the school children of Government Science School, Kagara.
When were they abducted? You may sit down. Distinguished colleagues, because he needs the endorsement of at least 1/5 of the senators for him to present his motion now. So the question is, those in favor of his request that we allow him to bring his motion of urgent public importance, say aye. Those against any, the ayes have it. You may present the motion, please.
My name is Mohammed Sani Musa, representing Niger East Senatorial District. My motion is on the abduction of students and teachers of Government Science School, Kagara, a need for urgent action. The Senate knows with sadness and great concern the recent terrorist attack and abduction of students at Government Science School, Kagara, Niger State by gunmen in the early hours of today. Further notes that the bandits were dressed in military uniforms when they attacked the boarding school, overpowered the security guards before whisking away the students and killing some, which numbers are yet to be confirmed. Aware that the exact number of students kidnapped are not yet known, as head count was being conducted in the school as we speak to ascertain the actual number of missing students. But the school has a population of over 1,000 students. Further aware that the security agencies were able to detect the coordinates of the area the students were taken to and have started tracing the bandits' movements, while security aircraft have been hovering in the air to track the location of the students. Aware that Section 14, subsection 2B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, stipulates that the welfare and security of citizens shall be the primary responsibility of government, though government at all levels owe the people the duty to provide adequate security. Aware that the recent attack and abduction of school children at Government Science School, Kagara, Niger State, is coming on the heels of yet to be resolved Kagara abduction of 300 students which took place at Government Science School, Kagara, Katsina State, Chibok girls in 2014, and abduction of about 100 schoolgirls at Government Girls Science and Technical School, Dapchi, Yobe State in 2018. And concerned that, like the other incidents of school children abduction that took place in Chibok and Dapchi several years back, if no immediate action is taken to rescue Kagara school students, their fate may be sealed in the hands of terrorists. And further worried that Niger, Katsina, and many other states in northwest and north-central Nigeria are now bedeviled by bandits' attacks. The bandits kill and kidnap at will, despite the large deployment of officers and soldiers to the affected areas. Note also, on Sunday, the 14th of February 2021, many commuters and passengers numbering over 57 were abducted in Kundu, all within the same area in Rafi local government of Niger State, and till now they have not yet been released. The videos are all over on the social media. Accordingly, the Senate accordingly resolved to condemn in very strong terms the attack on Government Science School, Kagara, Niger State. To urge the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to, as a matter of urgency, declare a state of emergency on insecurity in Nigeria. And 3, urge the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to consider and implement the recommendations of the Senate Ad hoc Committee on Nigerian Security Challenges, dated March 17, 2020, and Senate resolutions, therefore, as a holistic response to the mounting security challenges across the country, and to order for a massive and combined operation to identify and destroy the camps and hideouts of these criminals wherever they may be. I so move, sir.
Senators,
Mr. President, indeed, this development is yet another very sad event, which definitely every citizen of this country should be concerned about. Mr. President, just some few days ago, like the mover of the motion said, passengers coming from Kagara to Minna were abducted around the area called Yakila, between Tegina coming to Minna. And it appears very obviously that the success these kidnappers and bandits got emboldened them to go into this particular school, Kagara Science Secondary School, which is on the road. And that local government, Kagara local government, has been one of the hotbed where these kidnappers have entrenched themselves. Mr. President, this is worrisome, and it calls for a very strong action. Let us remember, Mr. President, that Niger State is next to the FCT. If we believe we are comfortable in the FCT, we should begin to understand if they are in Niger State, they are as well in the FCT. And the forest, which these people use as their hideout, is like a kind of stretch of areas. There is a continuum of forest from the FCT into Niger State, through Shiroro local government, into Rafi local government, and into Mariga local government to Zamfara. These things are known, and I think it is time for our security agents to double their efforts so that our citizens can at least have some peace. Mr. President, I second this motion and urge that my colleagues should look at what the motion is talking about as a patriotic duty, not anything partisan. I so second, Mr.
Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, my highly respected, distinguished colleagues. My name is Bima Muhammad Enagi. I'm the senator representing Niger South from Niger State. I would like to add my voice to the motion raised by my brother, Senator Sani Musa. Mr. President, it is very clear and known to so many people in Nigeria today that the enemies of God, the Boko Haram, the terrorists, the kidnappers are everywhere. As my brother reported, early this morning, the terrorists went to a secondary school in Kagara and kidnapped school children, small school children and teachers. The number is not yet known. 3 days ago, the same terrorists attacked a government vehicle that was conveying passengers to Mina and kidnapped over 40. And that place is just about 40 kilometers from Mina. 2 weeks ago, terrorists again kidnapped about 24 passengers between Suleja and Mina. Virtually all states in Nigeria today are facing a lot of security challenges. Where are we heading to in this country? What else do we need to do as lawmakers that we are not doing? Can we rightly say that this government, I am sorry to say, that this government is incompetent in handling the security challenges in this country? Because this issue had been discussed here over and over, and there is no improvement. It is even getting worse. In my own zone, few days ago, the same terrorists went to about 2 local governments in my zone. Fortunately, my people were able to repel them and killed about 9 of them. I am sure everybody here has stories to tell about the security challenges that we are facing. What else are we supposed to do that we are not doing? Are we supposed to amend the laws in this country to give every citizen freedom to carry arms? What else are we going to do? Are we going to amend the Nigerian Constitution to give more powers to the governors who are the chief security officers of the various states? Because our government at the center is showing incompetence in handling security challenges. Let each one of us here imagine that it is his son or his daughter that has been kidnapped. I expect everybody in government to think like that. For over 2 years, our police and security agents have been trying to engage to employ people. For over 2 years, with the security challenges that we are facing, one will expect that exercise could have been done in a matter of weeks or months. Our youth, we have a lot of youth, undergraduates in this country that are not employed or underemployed. What are we doing? The government is busy giving palliatives instead of creating economic activities that will engage the unemployed, that will generate employment, that will improve the welfare of our people. Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the situation in this country is disheartening. Something needs to be done. I will conclude by saying that I support the motion by my brother, and I will expect everybody to support that motion. And something should be done about security challenges in this country. Thank you, Mr. President.
Prayer 1. Condemn in very strong terms the attack on Government Science School, Kagara, Niger State. Those in favor of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. Prayer 2, urge the President and Commander-in-Chief urge the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to as a matter of urgency declare a state of emergency or insecurity in Nigeria. Those in favor of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. And prayer 3, urge the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to consider and implement the recommendations of the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on Nigeria Security Challenges dated March 17, 2020, and Senate resolutions therefrom as a holistic response to the mounting security challenges across the country. Those in favor of the last prayer, prayer 3, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, let me remark on this very sad development once again. Our children's school students in Kagara, Government Science School, Kagara, were abducted about 2 a.m. as reported by the sponsor of the motion, Senator Muhammad Musa. I think we have talked, we have debated on this several times from last assembly and even before then, and today we are still talking about it. While the while the security agencies are doing their best in the very difficult circumstances they find themselves. And I want to add here that our security agencies operate with very scant resources in terms of personnel, in terms of funding, which we have to do so much to improve. I believe that there is need for something new, a different initiative, on especially how to protect our schools. And let me be a little bit clear about the incidents of abducting students from schools. Almost all the incidents of abducting students from schools happen in northern Nigeria. And we all know how much effort our leaders of yesterday, probably right from independence, have worked so hard to ensure that children go to school in northern part of Nigeria. And with incidents like this, we will be reversing all the gains that were made in convincing parents and wards to take their children to school. So there is need for our security agencies and government to ensure that we come up with a strategy of ensuring security in schools. Because with this spate of kidnappings or abductions, definitely there will be that negative adverse effect on the desire and willingness of parents to allow their children to go to schools. And the consequences of not going to school are better imagined in 21st century Nigeria or in 21st century world. So the new, or let me say, the service chiefs designate have their work and their tasks clearly cut for them. Part of what they are supposed to carry on board is how to secure our schools, in addition to so many other challenges that they have to deal with. I believe that the states need to be carried along because the schools belong to the states. So that partnership and cooperation between the security agencies and the states must be adhered to so that the states cooperate fully with agencies, security agencies of government. With that, let me pray that the whole country will be praying and will be waiting for abducted children to be returned back to their parents, secured and well. Thank you very much. Leader of the Senate.